welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Today is my weekly whip and chat where I share my massive cross stitch conversion with you. And I am getting close to the bottom of a column, which I'm really excited about. I am doing this sideways, which honestly I've never done before. So we're going to see how well that works out for me. I am almost done with 3 squares here. So once I get these finished, I will go ahead and open up the next 3. And those next 3 are the ones that's going to take me to the end of this row, which I'm definitely excited about. I may have to move this over if this doesn't work so hot for me. So we will see how this goes. How's everybody doing? I hope that you had a wonderful week and hope that you were able to get something done for yourself and possibly even, some crafting time or reading, whatever that, worked out for you. It has been a very busy week for us, and I am actually recording this really early in the week. So I'm not sure how long that I will be on. I typically like to do these for approximately an hour, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do an hour for this time or not. We are out of town by the time that you see this. We will be in the mountains. So I did go ahead and record this early because of that. So I haven't gotten a lot done on my cross stitch conversion from last week because of us going out of town. All of my videos that you did see for this week were recorded early. So that was fun to do. I enjoy doing that all at one time, actually. I usually don't do that, but it actually worked out very well. So I may start doing that at other times. So this one is recorded quite a bit early. I don't have a lot of comments or questions to go over from my prior whip and chats. I will go over what I have, and then the rest of them will be saved until next week. So we may have a little bit more next week, but I'll just, talk a little bit. And I definitely would like to get the end of this row completed. Of course, this is November, and I am participating in the November diamond painting event that is for the cross stitch conversion that's hosted by Kitten. And so when I show my progress for the first week, it's going to look really lame because I decided not to take this with me. And I didn't want to start early because we weren't supposed to start until the 1st. And I went ahead and waited until the 1st to do the video, but I did not take this out while we were on vacation. I am not going to. I did bring a small diamond painting with me to work on our vacation, but this one I did leave in the car, went ahead, I did record it, and then I just did not take it out because it is so large. We don't have a lot of space, and I did not want to have all my time working on my diamond paintings when we were on our family vacation. So, but I wanted to get this one recorded when I was supposed to. So I did wait until the 1st, and I did work on a couple of sections here, and then I will put it back up until until we get back home. And by the time that you see this, which will be on Saturday, we will be going home on Sunday. And I don't know if I'll have time to work on this. I would like to, because it's going to look like I didn't do anything for the first week, which I didn't. But that's okay, because I'm doing it for fun. I do want to see how far I can get with this in November, but I also have to be cognizant of my own event that I am co-hosting with Angie's Crafting with Diamonds, and we are co-hosting, or I'm co-hosting with her, the Sparkle event. And I hope that if you wanted to join, you found the information helpful. I did post that on Wednesday for everybody, and I will post more on that next week. I didn't take that one either with me, because the one that I am working on, Sugar Plum Fairy, that one is really large. I didn't even bring that one because I knew that I would not have the space for it. We are renting a cabin with small space for the kitchen table. It's a little dining room table, and we are not really spending that much time in the cabin. We're eating in the cabin, but we're really not spending a whole lot of time in the cabin doing anything else. And we don't have any other room except for that dining room table. So every time that I decide to pick something up and work on it, then I have to put it up. And I mean, that's okay too, to have to put it up, but my daughter also wants to diamond paint with me, and so she can't exactly diamond paint with me if I'm taking up the entire area. So decided, no, I won't do that. I will let her also have some space. Okay, so now I can go ahead and open this one up. I missed a couple here, so when I get to that area, I will look and see what needs to go there. But I'm going to now work on these 3 sections. I am going to scooch just a little bit up. I'm going to move everything over just a little and move this up so that, hope my drills don't fall. That would not be good. So now I can move this a little bit to where you can see better. I am not at a weird angle. And I can move Pattern Keeper over as well. I want to see what I have missed. So now I'm just going to move Pattern Keeper over just a little bit before I go down to these 3. I don't know why I missed all of these over here. I guess I can go ahead and do this. I don't even know if the glue is going to be okay. We'll have to see. Let me make sure you guys can see. Move around a little bit more. Sorry if I'm making anybody dizzy. Need to move this up some. I think that's going to work right there. So you can see this part. I'm working on this here just to fill this part in. I'm not sure why that didn't get filled in. This little section here, and work on these 3. Now this section down the bottom, I may have to wait on it because it has not been covered up as well as it should have probably. And I've noticed that while I really do like Evermoment, I love this canvas, it dries out pretty quickly. And this is the first Evermoment canvas that I have ever had or used. So I'm not sure if this is normal for Evermoment or if this is just something that is because of this type of canvas. So if you have used Evermoment before, let me know if you had this issue too. I'd love to hear and find out. I'm just using a small tray today. It came with a kit. I don't need a large tray with this because There's not much color blocking involved. Now I need to figure out exactly where I am. I'm up here. Okay, and I am using Pattern Keeper. I've had a couple people ask me, and Pattern Keeper has been so helpful. I don't think I could do this without Pattern Keeper. Yeah, I could, I guess, but it would really be slow going, more so than what I even want to bother with. But I am really excited to work on this in November with others. I think that will be super fun. I'm just trying to see here which ones that I need. I'm going to be all over. I don't know why I did not finish this. I have no idea. It has been a long time since I have worked on this bottom section, and I don't know why I would have just left it. But I want to get it caught up to where now, when I go back up here and go back to the next columns, then they're going to start being equal. So if you guys are also participating, let me know. I'm just really curious what everybody's doing. That one is, oops. If you're participating in this event. And Sparkle Addiction, I ordered some diamond painting or some sparkles, some special drills from DP with Sparklers. And when I had left, I have not gotten them in yet, but I am sure that they are at my house by now. I am pretty confident that they are. So when I get home, that will be there waiting on me, which will be super nice. I am excited about that. And then I will share with you guys what I ordered and what I'm going to, where I'm going to put some of those. And honestly, I'm not even sure. I looked at the colors and I thought this would be really good to bling up. And I may not even use all the ones that I had ordered. I also had several in my stash. So the ones that I had, I just pulled those out and then decided that there were some others that I've been wanting and that they would look really good with that painting. So that's kind of what I did. I really didn't plan anything out. And that's what I kind of enjoy the most, is that I don't really plan it on where I'm going to put specific drills or anything. When I decide to add either some crystals or ABs, and then I'll just decide as I go. And I know that there are some people that have maps, they do the whole thing, and that's just not me. I tried that and I kept changing it so much that I thought there's not any point in me even doing it that way. So now I just have everything out, and if I'm on a section and I think that it will look good with additional ABs or additional crystals, then that's when I put them on there. But not really, I don't really have a rhyme or reason, I just kind of do it. And most of the time it turns out okay. There's sometimes though that I will go ahead and I'll put something down, I don't like it, I'll just pull it back up and do something else. So that kind of works out. This is kind of a pain. I don't know why I did this, because now I'm having to go through each one, find out what DMC number it is, because I don't even look at the symbols on this. I don't even have the symbols listed on my containers. I'm just going by DMC number. And maybe by the time that I finish this, I might be able to recognize some of the DMC, but I don't even really see a point in it. But because of that, I'm having to go through and see, okay, what exactly do I need? Which is definitely not recommended. I would not do this. Let me see. This is $7.92. Okay. I am really enjoying seeing this come to life. And to me, it's like a mystery because I don't really know what I'm looking at. And then I will step back and I can see exactly what I've done. And I haven't spent that much time. Like when I am working on this conversion, I haven't spent just a tremendous amount of time on this to where I can just sit for long periods of time. It's just not something that I've really done. And so I'm hoping that since I've been doing this longer and I'm doing it only in like right now I'm doing it in a 1x3, but I was doing it in a 3x3 section, and it seems like I was just getting really tired, like mentally exhausted from doing that. And I guess it's because I'm not used to this kind of diamond painting. So maybe I will be able to, by the end of November, be able to just sit for a long period of time and work on it. So that's going to be interesting. I would like to, but we'll see if that's going to happen. I don't know what it is. It's like my brain, I just get like brain fatigue, which I know that probably doesn't make much sense, but I get like my brain starts to hurt. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but it is what it is. It does tend to get to me if I do this for very long. And I'm just curious, are you guys that way when you're working on something like this and you have to concentrate more? And for lack of better words, my brain hurts. And I tell my husband that, and he just laughs. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, it's just like my brain hurts. It's almost like I just have to stop because I am just mentally exhausted. And I've always been that way on things. If I really start to concentrate hard and for a long period of time, even when I was going to school, I could not study for very long because then my brain would hurt. And my husband just laughs. Like, I have never heard of that terminology before, ever. But he's more of hands-on, and so he doesn't have to think as much. I mean, he does, but he is more like mechanically inclined. And he says that's probably why he has no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm sure somebody out there totally gets it. You get what I am saying about your brain hurting. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just strange. I don't know. Let me go ahead and mark these off. I have just the white left. I'm going to mark all of these off here, and then I can move forward. I want to say that we've had a great time on our vacation, but since we are still on our vacation and I'm doing this early, I have no idea. Well, I have no idea what we've done. I have no idea if we had a good time. I am sure that we have. I can say that before we left, we were looking at the weather, and I told my husband, I said, well, there's a roller coaster that goes through Blue Ridge Mountains. And so I told my husband, I said, they just shut the roller coaster down. I don't know how I've gotten on some of these Facebook groups, but I have for the mountains. And I said, they just shut down the roller coaster, and they said because of inclement weather. And so he's like, what kind of inclement weather? And so I told him, I don't know what kind of inclement weather. I'm not exactly sure. And so he went, looked it up, and sure enough, it was snowing. And this was before we left. So that was rather concerning. But then it just went to rain. When we looked, it said it was only supposed to rain when we are in the mountains, and that it's supposed to be super duper cold. So my husband told me, make sure that our daughter has enough things to do and she's not bored, because when she gets bored, it gets kind of bad, that she has enough things to do, that you have stuff to do, or we can just watch TV or whatever. And we're not really going to go out very much because how cold it is. We go to the mountains at least once a year, so there's not a lot that we haven't done. Paige wants to go to a wax museum that they have, and we had been there, but it has been years, and she didn't go with us when we went the last time. So she wanted to go to that, so I guess that's where we'll be. I'll let you know on my Tuesday whip and chat if that's what we ended up doing. But that's what she said that she really wanted to do, was to go, move these over just a little on my tablet. Okay, so now I'm on these last three, which is probably gonna be a little more exciting than what I was on before. And this is cool. Oh, yes. I am on the bottom here. So because of this, it's all going to be white. So I need to see, that's all white. I am not sure if I want to even attempt. I might be able to even use my multi-placer, but I don't even know if I have. I don't think I even have on this one. I changed pins, and I don't think that on this pin, on my multi-placer, that I even have wax. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to single place this. Normally that would drive me insane when I'm working on my own and I can multi-place and I'm single. I'm like, oh no, you need to multi. But on this one, I kind of do want to single on all of these, just because I'm afraid I'm going to get into multi-placing and then not realize I went over too far. But this is a whole section of white that goes all the way across. And I am more than likely going to have to order some more of this B5200. I had a hard time finding this for some reason. I wouldn't think it would be that hard to find B5200, but it really was. When I ordered from Evermoment, they didn't have it. So I had to use what was in my stash, and I am going to be short on this. And I knew that I was, but I hate to order just one color of something. So I need to go through and see what else that I need for another project that I'm going to work on next year and order some other colors. I have a Heaven and Earth design project, and on that one, let's just go all the way across to my head to be in the way. Okay, there's 10 there. That's okay. I have a couple of Heaven and Earth projects that I bought a couple of years ago. I mean, probably close to 3 years ago, that I have not done. And those are the canvases that actually have the symbols on the canvas, but you have to purchase your own drills. And so I need to start looking to see what drills that I need. for that. And then I also purchased a couple of DIY Moon Shop canvases when they were still around that actually had just the canvas and did not have any drills. And I think I purchased one that was a round. So I definitely need to start thinking about that. I don't know when I plan on working on that. It's not anytime soon. If you hear my dog whining, she is fine. She's getting antsy because she has been inside for a couple of hours and she doesn't do very well inside for very long. But it is raining and it's cold. So I really don't want her to have to get out, especially if it's raining, because then I'm gonna have to dry her off. But if she keeps up, I will have to stop for a minute and then take care of her. All right, so let's see. Now I can start on the lower numbers here. This is 152. I love this color pink. It's so pretty. And of course, Molly only does this when I decide it's time to record. It's like, okay, let's bother the mama. And she sounds so pitiful. But she's really not hurting. She is all good. This is weird doing this sideways, and I really, really hope my head is not in here. Especially considering that I'm wearing a hoodie and I have the hood up. Okay, sorry, I did have to get them ready to go out. It's different when you're not home and you have your animals. Let's see, 158. There's not that many colors on here. I think a lot of this might be the same color, which will be nice if I can make that happen. I do not know, and it kind of stinks, I guess, that it's gotten so cold. It has really gotten cold here or at home before we left. So I don't guess that we are going to have much of a fall. I mean, it went from fall to just winter, which does kind of stink. I do not like winter at all. And I always, every year, look so forward to fall. We had a couple of trees that started changing colors, and then the leaves started falling like crazy along with acorns. And our acorns that are falling were absolutely huge. We would sit out on the porch and we would hear them falling. And then I had a couple that hit me in the leg. And then I had one that bounced off the table and then it went right into my wine glass. So that was a little strange. That was very different to have a huge acorn in my wine glass. So I had, of course, had to go in, take care of that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 2. Really. So far, I'm not having any problems with the glue on this, so I'm very pleased because I was concerned about the glue. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect because that had happened before. I had to use a baby wipe and let it sit, and even then it wasn't really sticky. So I had some glue, some actually diamond painting glue, and I used it, just put just a small drop on the areas, and it was fine. I hadn't had any sliding or anything like that, so that was definitely good. But I was a little concerned with it drying out so fast, so I make sure that I do not open these until I'm ready to work on them. I have gotten that figured out now, but it's a little late. Just a little late for a couple of the sections. And I guess it is what it is. This one's here. I think I'll just move this over a little bit. Hope you guys can still see. Okay, there's that one. It's 310. Wow. I think these are going to be mostly blues in this bottom, and I think we're looking at a door here. But I'm not 100%. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, I do have other cross-stitch conversions, and Craftiest Kristyn is doing a challenge in January, and she's going to try to complete a cross-stitch conversion diamond painting in 1 month. And so I posted on there, I said, you know, good luck, and I don't think I could ever do that because I'm kind of slow with cross-stitch conversions. And she said, well, you never know, you know, unless you give it a try. And so then I thought, yeah, I'm always up for a really good challenge. But then I started thinking about it, and I've got way too much going on. I've got way too many diamond paintings I need to work on. And I would like to just continue working on this one. So instead of starting another one to see how much I can get done, I am just going to see how much that I can get done on this one in November and then in January. And I may just put this diamond painting up in December, just work on it on Saturdays and not work on it during the week. Or just, I'll do it before Saturday, but just work on it so I will have my Saturday whipping chats, but not work on it any other time, and then just work on it in January and see how much I can get done. Just because I want to work on Christmas and holiday in December. I really am looking forward to that. So I might end up just putting this one up for that reason for December and then getting it back out in January. And I'm kind of thinking of doing that with all of my other whips too. Just work on holiday whips and then take the other ones out in January. But you know, I don't know. We'll see. I would like to get some of my whips done so I don't have as many. But I say that and I'll probably start something else. If you guys have been around for a little while, you know that I like to start projects. And I do get them finished. I finished 3 kits in October. Of course, one was very small, but it's still a finish. So I'm going to call it a finish. So basically I did 2 that I had whips that I've been working on, and I was very pleased with that. So I have 2 that I can mark off my list, and I have several more. At the end of this year, I am going to show you all of my whips, even the ones I haven't worked on in a while, just so you can see what I do have out there. And it's not that I don't want to work on them, I just find others that I want to work on more. trying to see. That's goes there. Okay. I don't know why I poured all of these because I have one. Just one. Okay, let's go over some comments. I just kind of wanted to get into a good place where I could have several and I can look at them and not have to glance down so much, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so I need to go over into my comments here. And you guys, I am getting so close to 2,000. I am just really excited about that. I didn't think that that would happen for a while. I am just short a few subscribers and we will be at 2,000. Okay, the first one is from Elizabeth. And Elizabeth says, good morning from Southern California, -12, possibly in Alaska. And then she says, the top of Mauna Kea on the Big Island of Hawaii and Sierra Nevadas come to mind, and mountains can get snow in August. And she went to Lake Tahoe for credit managers conference and there was a blizzard. So you Southern Californian had our noses to our safety window at Reno International Airport. They had never seen a blizzard. Yeah, we had never seen a blizzard here in Georgia either. People that live there gave those people crazy looks. And it's going up to 72 there in Los Angeles. Let's see. She had a problem with her laptop. She couldn't get into anything. She says her Dell laptop is probably 12 years old. That is really good. My laptops do not last that long at all. And she finds cross-stitch conversions interesting and she's nowhere ready to try it. If she remembers, she'll send a Facebook photo of her dog, Herschel. But she said what's in the background of her smart TV is very creepy. And yes, Elizabeth, I did see that. It was so funny because Elizabeth did post in our Facebook group. And if you're not in the Crafty Diamond Facebook group, I will put that information underneath the description for you. And we have a lot of fun in there, I think. And you don't have to post everything about diamond painting. You can post photos. And so I told Elizabeth on one of the Whippin' Chats, I said, I'd love to see Herschel. He sounds like such a cute little boy. It's her dog. And so she took a photo of Herschel. And when she did not realize that she was also taking a picture of the TV. And when she did, it was funny because there was some kind of like creepy eyes there. It's hard to see because, I was looking through on her photo, but there were some creepy eyes. So we all got a good laugh at that. But Herschel is really cute. It's just like almost the creepy eyes just kind of took over poor Herschel's, kind of photo bombed Herschel's photo. But it was a lot of fun, and we do have a lot of fun in the Facebook group. So if you do like Facebook, hope that you would like to join us there. I'm getting quite a few members on the Facebook group too. So I'm really excited about how I am growing. And I always like to say we because it's not me, it's all of you guys. I think that we are having a really good community here, and it's all because of everyone, my listeners, subscribers, and I do appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. I never thought that I would have a YouTube channel, much less having almost 2,000 subscribers, and I am just so excited. When I saw that, I was just floored. And I really do appreciate all of your kind comments and your concerns. It has been a year, to say the least. The year started out really good. I hope that it ends very well. Late summer, not so much, but I am doing great. And diamond painting, and you guys have really gotten me through with having to deal with my dad, and it's just been a crazy year. I'll really be glad to start another year and just to see what that year is going to bring. This goes here, and to see how the channel grows as well. And to see how far I get on this cross stitch conversion. Feels like when I'm working on this, I don't get very far. But then when I step back and look at it, it's like, you know, this is really large. It's not like your typical cross stitch or your typical diamond painting, and you're going to get through it pretty quickly, because no, I'm really not. Okay, so that one goes. Okay, so that's good. Didn't need that one. So thanks so much, Elizabeth. And I do appreciate your photo. And then this is from Deborah Allender. Says, this is delightful, Debbie. I know because I did one exactly like it last spring. It was fun to do. Thanks for sharing. And this was my birdhouse. Comment on my birdhouse that I completed from Paint Some Way. It is really cute. And I did hang it up in my craft room right by the window, so when the sun does come through, it reflects off of the special drills, and so it is really pretty. And let's see, and so Karen says, very cute. That was on the birdhouse. Let's see. The next one is from Denise Hudson, also says, and thanks for sharing on my little birdhouse. And then Tracy Owens says, love the video, thanks for sharing. This was my kit up in preparation on my Sparkle Addiction diamond painting. That one was a lot of fun, and I can say I was so excited that for that particular kit, Sugar Plum Fairy by Diamond Art Club, there was not any static. I mean, there was not any. Now that one I've had for about 2 years. I don't know if that's the reason why that I didn't have that much static. Maybe because I've been sitting for so long. I have no idea. But whatever the reason was, I would love to know, because it was so nice to kit up and not have drills all over your hands, drills all over the table. It was just been so easy. I was so excited. So if you guys have had static, I'm sure you totally get it. My excitement. It's kind of silly to be excited over no static, but I was really excited because I have had to fight static for so long. At first I thought, okay, it's the winter. That was early part of January. Then, came the spring. Then came summer. Then came fall. And so I'm like, nope, it cannot be just the weather, because the weather has changed drastically since then. And maybe that's why. Maybe it has something to do with the barometric change. I have no idea. Okay, Laurie Joseph says, enjoyed watching. That was on my preparation. And thanks so much for watching. Wendy Haas says, try peroxide or rubbing alcohol, maybe. And I think that was my comment that I made when I said there wasn't any static, that I have had a lot of static. And I have heard that people are using alcohol now, rubbing alcohol to use on static. Now, I have not done that, so I cannot say yes or no, but my dryer sheets tends to work along with along with my static guard. So if I have to try it, I might. I don't know. I can't stand the smell of alcohol though, because it just, to me, it just seems so sterile smelling. Of course it is because it's alcohol, but it just reminds me of going into a doctor's office or a hospital, and I don't know. I just don't like to smell alcohol. I know it sounds kind of strange, but it is true. Okay, I already got that one. But have you guys tried that or any other tips? I'm sure we all could use tips on static, because I've heard almost everybody has had static. And it's really funny because there are some kits that have it, some kits don't. And then there's some kits that I've bought at the same time. And I opened it, I'm like, okay, this has a lot of static, but this one doesn't. So it's just kind of interesting to me how some have static and some don't. I'm wondering too if it has something to do with manufacturer. But, you know, I don't know. I just fight the static and go on and diamond paint. There's a lot of these that are just one-offs, and that just drives me crazy. I don't know, honestly, if all of this confetti in this kit's necessary. I am just really not sure how necessary that this really is, because there's so much of it. Okay, here's another one-off. And I bet this one's gonna be the same thing. I have 3. Now, I guess if I did more squares, that it wouldn't be like this. But then again, makes my brain hurt. So I don't do it. And so thanks so much, Wendy, for your recommendation. That's something else I will put on my list to try. Christina 406 Diamond says, hi, Debbie, very beautiful painting. She's joining this event. She's super excited as this will be the first time that she adds enhancements, and she is using her canvas for 2 events, which will be nice. And definitely, and thanks so much, Christina, and for joining us for our Sparkle Addiction event. And it's fun to add enhancements. And the good thing about it is if you don't like it, you can just take it off, and then you can put what should be there or try something else. So it's not like when you put drills down that it stays there forever. Not like when I make cards. When I make a card and I have to put the glue down, it becomes a problem sometimes. Because if it's not straight and I went ahead, I put it down there on a card, and then it's like, oh boy, what was I ever thinking? This doesn't look good. But with diamond painting, with drills, you can easily just pull them up. I shouldn't say easily, depends on where it's located. But if you use tweezers, especially the pokey kind, and don't poke yourself, then you can actually pull them up a little bit easier. Okay, so the next one is that was from Christina. Oh, and you definitely can use your painting that was for the event. You can use it for more than one event. I do that. I'm not going to, if I'm going to participate in an event, I try to use one diamond painting that will work for several. That always makes it very nice. Because why not, right? Let's see, I gotta figure out where I am. There we are. Okay, let's see. I've got a couple more here on this one, this light blue. Here are some more comments. And this is from Darcy Foster. Says, hello Debbie, where in the country are you located? Because your temperature flip-flopping sounds just like ours. I am Northern California in the Redding area. Never know from day to day if the 90s or 60s for highs and 50s for the overnights. And yeah, that's kind of like us too. We don't ever know when we wake up, okay, what are we supposed to wear today? And even if we look and watch the weather the day before for the next day, it doesn't matter because it seems like it changes even after we are watching the weather. And that's exactly what we've been going through. It's been really warm, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's kind of hot. And that happened to us last week too. I went outside last Friday. I was wearing a hoodie. We were going out to dinner, and my husband's like, you're going to burn up wearing that. And he had just come in from work, and I was working from home on Friday. And so I went outside. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. It's kind of hot. So I ran in, and I had a t-shirt underneath, and that's what I ended up wearing. But you don't ever know what to wear. It's absolutely crazy. And Lisa Anouf says, hope you're able to get the autumn edition of Paint Gems. I have it in my collection. It's one of her favorites, and she says good luck. And I have been looking. I look almost every day to see if they're going to restock. I know they're going to, but I just don't know when. It would be nice to know. So that one, I'm kind of stalking the website. I am still stalking the website as of today on Dreamer Designs. I really want White Christmas. If I am not able to get White Christmas in the next couple of weeks, then I have found another one that I like. I don't know if I want to say as much, but I really do like it. So I have been looking. I thought I don't need 2 Christmas kits because I already have a couple from last year. But if White Christmas doesn't come, then I'm going to go ahead and order another one. And I may order that one anyway, the other one that I want. But I'm just holding off right now for White Christmas. And I did order the Randall Spangler. I think I have really lost it this time. But I've ordered the Randall Spangler and the one that came out, Snow Castle. And so that one, I don't know when I'm going to work on it, to be honest. It's not going to be this year, but I am definitely going to work on it. And it doesn't have to be Christmas. It also, to me, looks wintry. So that may be something that I start on in January or February of next year. And it'll probably take me all year. It'll be one that I definitely do in the background. That will be, just one of those slow ones that I do work on. And let's see. And hopefully I'll get the autumn one too. I really want that one. So it's just crazy how it's sold out so quickly on the autumn as well as the White Christmas. I kept going back and forth on it, and I thought, do I really get this? Do I not? And I didn't, and so when I didn't get it, then I wanted it. When I saw that others were unboxing it, I thought, this looks really cool. I really do like this. And then I went to order it, and of course, when I went to order, it's like, oh, well, sorry, sold out. And it's been sold out for a long time. I'm going to finish up this portion here, and then I am going to call this a day. I'm not going to get these 3 completed, but I did get at least the other one completed that I really wanted to. And every day that I work on this, starting next week, I am going to mark how many drills that I've done. And then I'm going to also go through and put the percentage, and so that way I can just keep track and see how far that I'm going to get in November. And I do have my starting was 21.5%. So I do have that written down. So I'm going to see how far that I can get in November. But I only have this left to go. And so I will do this before I am done. And then when I go back home next week, then I will start over where I had left off on the other column and then just work towards the end. And hopefully I will be able to see some progress. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you wouldn't mind, click on that like button before you leave. Also, if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to do so. I think you would like it here if you've gotten this far. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.